We are lucky to have food in front of us and clothes at the back of us. Don't you think every child deserves just to experience half of the living standard that we're experiencing right now? Let's consider how the smallest contribution could have the biggest effect on somebody. Let's also consider why people should be the top priority in being saved. We might not be experiencing their living standard, however, that doesn't mean it's not our problem. There's always something that we can do to help. Hands up here who's got children or a small niece or nephew or anything like that. Okay, so many people think that when you're homeless or you are abandoned on the street or you don't have a home to go to, or you're starving, it's a biological factor, or it's a physical factor. But can you imagine those parents out there who are like helpless and can't help the niece or the nephew or an uncle or an auntie? What I'm getting at is there's a lot more behind it than just physical factors and biological factors. It's all mental as well. The strain on the brain will be incredible, like so difficult to handle. So that's why I'm a big supporter for Comic Relief. It's a well-known organization. However, I want to focus on just one part of Comic Relief, which is known as Red Nose Day, and it's a project that Comic Relief handles. By supporting Red Nose Day organization, we can reach the goal of having a positive impact on human society and by saving children in desperate need. Today I'm going to talk to you, firstly I'm going to give you a brief background about the organization. Then I'm going to tell you what important impact it's had already on people, and then I'm going to tell you how we, the lucky people, can help the less fortunate. The world needs to work together to stop poverty. Red Nose Day had a dream and a vision to save every person. However, that's not realistic, but saving one person is better than saving none. So it started all in Great Britain in 1988. And some people did something funny to raise money, so they did something extraordinary, from climbing mountains to shaving their heads off, so literally anything as long as they could raise money. Then it started to grow geographically, meaning it went to Australia, it went to America. And according to rednoseday.org, America alone in 2015 raised $23 million from just Red Nose Day. So the slogan of Red Nose Day is laugh, give and save a kid. So the story behind that is you have many celebrities like Paul McCartney, David Beckham and Brad Pitt who will do something extraordinary and they'll show you on a TV show and they'll provide you with entertainment, and all you have to do is just sponsor them on what they're doing. However, you don't actually have to be a celebrity to do something extraordinary. So what I mean by this, in England, it's a huge deal, Red Nose Day. So I had a teacher who was very popular and he had probably hair as long as mine, kid you not. And he said, he was very popular, so he was like, if I get a certain amount of money reached, I will shave all my head off. So nobody believed him, so everyone started to chip in money, and we actually ended up raising $800, which was his limit, and he went in Assembly Hall in front of about 300 people and just shaved every single hair off. And it was a funny moment, but he ended up raising all the money that he wanted to. So it's an entertainment and it's good cause. Laughter is a universal thing, which is understood by everybody, hence why I think the company is so successful, because they use a great idea to raise money. The success is easy to comprehend. Red Nose Day was able to fund 7.8 million people, US food banks across 50 states. 200,000 more children in the US are reading due to company providing school resources. 1 million preventative diseases fighting drugs such as malaria were given to children and pregnant women and people in America and across the world. So that's a general idea how the company's had so much success. However, I decided to look more into like personal stories, and there was on comicrelief.com there's a story, and it was about Peter, who was brought up in Kenya, and he was 11 years old, and he lived with an abusive father and an abusive stepmother, and he decided to flee from home and move to a city called Kisumu in Kenya, where he had to pick up metal, where he lived on the streets, picked up metal to survive and earn money. And that's how Red Nose Day found him, by him doing that type of work. And they were able to provide him with shelter, and they were able to provide him with food. So that was one story. And another story that stuck out to me was Nadia, who lived in Pakistan. She was about 6 years old, and she just wanted an education, something we're all blessed with. And instead, Red Nose Day found that area was lacking severely in education, so they decided to provide them and the schools with money, allowing Nadia and other children to have an education. So even though it's a great even though it's great that Red nowadays can help people like Peter and Nadia, there's still many more people in the world that need help. This is how you can help. You just gotta get seriously silly. So basically on the 26th of May on NBC, there will be a TV show held, and for about 2 hours, and they will just provide you entertainment. Like, it's not that hard to watch TV every day, we all do it, so it's just not gonna be out of your way to do this. And the best thing about it, you don't have to provide minimum amount of money and you don't have to provide a max. If you want to pay $1, that's fine. If you want to pay $300, that's fine. It's all up to you. So there's still many issues to be resolved. According to CNS.gov, the poverty rate in America alone was 14.8% in 2015, which means 46.7 million were still in the poverty rate, showing there's a long road ahead. It's crazy what the company has already done. Not benefiting us, but changing people's lives drastically. They've provided shelter, they've provided food, they've provided education, they've provided medical care. To help stop misery across the world, please contribute even the smallest amount, because without our help, the company wouldn't exist. Not only would you have done a good deed, but you would have helped people with the dream of just having food in front of them or learning in school. It's something we'll automatically have been blessed with.